Mr. Mark Johnson, Chair of the Asia-Pacific Infrastructure Partnership Panel, NEDA Deputy Director General Rolando Tongpalan, DPWH Undersecretary Catalina Cabral, DOE Undersecretary Raul Aguilos, DOTC Assistant Secretary Jaime Fortunato Caringal, DOF Assistant Secretary Maria Teresa Habitan, Deputy Executive Director Eleazar Ricote, our distinguished colleagues from various government offices, and APIP panel members, representatives of various multilateral organizations. Good afternoon, and on behalf of our Secretary, Mr. Cesar V. Purisima, I welcome you all to the third Asia-Pacific Infrastructure Partnership Dialogue 2015. I would like to thank you all for taking time from your busy schedules to participate in the third APIP dialogue hosted by the Philippine government. Looking back at the last two dialogues, the valuable exchanges between the APIP panel members and the government focused on PPP policies and processes, which was a reflection of the urgent need of the Philippine government at the time. This year, the dialogue will be an exchange of views on another important topic, that of urban infrastructure development and financing. As you may know, urban infrastructure development is one of the key agenda items under the Cebu Action Plan, which is a roadmap proposed by the Philippine government that will guide APEC member economies in the coming years. In particular, the fourth pillar of the Cebu Action Plan seeks to accelerate infrastructure development and financing in APEC member economies. Focusing now on the urban infrastructure development and financing, a recent World Bank report has noted the considerable movement of persons to urban cities, primarily for employment reasons and the pursuit of better quality living. The report touched on two important issues that policymakers must address. One, how to plan and finance the infrastructure development of budding cities, and two, how to improve or alter developed cities, those whose form and patterns are considered locked in. For the next few hours, we will explore high-level principles on, as well as the emerging trends and issues on urban infrastructure development and financing from our ADB colleague, including a presentation on the recently established Urban Infrastructure Network to apprise us on the APEC work on this important issue. We will also be hearing from our government counterparts, namely the National Economic Development Authority, Philippine Institute of Development Studies, Department of Energy, Department of Transportation and Communication, and the Department of Public Works and Highways, talk about the challenges that they have faced and or are facing in urban infrastructure development, focusing on the respective sectors. We also look forward to ideas from our private sector partners, the APEP panel members, and friends from multilateral institutions on the benefits and challenges of financing urban infrastructure projects and how the government can better engage the private sector in financing the much-needed urban infrastructure. I envision this afternoon's dialogue to be a freely flowing exchange of ideas. I hope none of us will hesitate in sharing their ideas or recommendations, as we are all working towards the goal of improving Philippine infrastructure and eventually the regional infrastructure. Once again, I welcome each and every one of you to this year's APIP Dialogue, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.